Is YouTube just for certain people or can anybody do it? That's kind of where I'm at with YouTube right now. I want to prove to myself, really, and then just kind of document the journey and see if anybody can do this, because I don't have any special skills in YouTube. I haven't been doing this. I've only been doing it for a year. I don't have any background in film or anything like that. So I'm just a regular person. So I think if I can do YouTube, then it'll show that anybody really could do YouTube. I've enjoyed my career that I've had, that I've still got for, 20 years or so. I've been in it, and I was passionate about it 20 years ago when I got into it, and it was something that I really enjoyed. And I still, it's still not it's a great job to have, and I'm very happy that I have it. But over the years, it's kind of gotten monotonous, and it's kind of become bureaucratic in a way where, if you work for a large company like I do, then you start to see things that really kind of take away the passion that you have for it. So over those years, I've kind of gotten to the point where I started looking for other options on what I could do, but I never really considered YouTube for me, because I thought, I'm not cut out for it. I don't have what it takes to be a YouTuber. But the more that I looked into it, the more that I started to see it as kind of a challenge. And especially with me having no background in it, I wanted to see if maybe I can make this into something without having all these kinds of skills that I think I need. Like, I've always been a very shy person, like an introvert, and I didn't really have anything to talk about either. So I had all these setbacks, but I saw everybody else on YouTube, and it seemed like they were able to figure it out. So how hard could it be, right? I guess I didn't realize all the problems that I would face. I didn't realize everything that I would see, the difficulty of it. You look at YouTube and you look at YouTubers and you think, oh, they're just going through the paces, they're doing this video, they're just saying stuff, and people are watching. So all I've got to do is go turn on a camera and start saying stuff. Man, people are going to start following me, and I'm going to start getting some traction. But I got to tell you that there's a lot more to it. And if you're on the journey, you know that it's difficult to get viewers. You can't just turn on the camera and expect people to come and watch whatever you're doing. You have to have something that people care about at least a little bit, and build kind of a story or a structure. But one of the biggest problems that I had when I had started out originally was I looked at a lot of other YouTubers, and I would see what they were doing, and I would see them get views, and it's a lot of ignorance on my part, because I would see what I would see out of it. I wouldn't really see, what went behind the scenes to make that video, to make them so popular, or why they were getting so many views. I just compared myself with them. So the problem that I saw from that was that everything that they were doing seemed so surface level. Didn't seem like it had anything different than what I was doing in my videos. And so I compared myself, and I think I thought that if I just do more, there's so much competition out there that if I just do more of the same thing, that it's gonna, get better, and I'll start to learn how to talk better to the camera and all that. So I didn't really see what was truly going on behind the scenes, for one, and even to the viewer. Like, why did the viewer like their videos, and why was I getting ignored? So I had these thoughts and all these complications come up in my own thinking and my own creative style and my own what I was doing on my channel. As I looked at all these other channels and all the other creators that were out there, I started to notice something about them. Something that I didn't see at that surface level that I was looking at from before. And these people aren't just talking. They they might have something to say and they might have a topic to talk about, but it was more to it than that, because even the people that were talking about the same thing, some people were much bigger and much further along than others. And I started to question why. Why were some people bigger than others? Why were some people getting ahead? It wasn't always the same lighting or the camera. It wasn't technical reasons, and it wasn't that they spoke better than the others, because there would be some that would have an elegant speaking style, and then some would, be scripted, some would not. So there wasn't any correlation between why people were doing. There wasn't some secret sauce that once you figure out this little trick, that YouTube starts to blow up. It wasn't like that. It was, what I started to see was that the people that did very well, and a lot of them very quickly, within a few months of being on YouTube, it seemed like they had a large following and just a lot of views on their videos. What they had was a unique story to them. So they had something that was unique in their niche, or what they were saying. It wasn't just that they were saying better stuff. It was that they had a backstory, or they had, they were at a certain age that was intriguing to people to see. And I started to ask myself, why do I like certain creators, or why does somebody stand out to me as opposed to others? And it always came back to, well, they did this, or they have this in their story structure. So it showed me that there's not only a story structure to what you're saying, but there's also a story structure to the creator themselves. So they had something about them that people like vulnerabilities or relatabilities, somebody that they can consider somebody that they'd want to talk to in real life, or something like that. So there was more to it than just a head talking from writing a script. And that's when I started to I wanted to figure out what was the story, how did you do the story part of that? So after figuring out the story part of it, or I guess understanding that that's kind of what it was, is that everybody kind of has a story, and everybody tells a story in a different way. And when I started to figure that out, I started to apply it to my videos. And that's when I started to see a difference. That's when I started to see people leaving comments, and I saw that people were watching my videos for longer, and I saw more subscribers come in. I put in this structure in my videos, and I started to do every video with this kind of a storyline structure. And ever since then, it's been about 3 months since I implemented this. Ever since then, my analytics have gone up. They were stagnant for a long time, for a while, when I was doing a different type of video style. But once I started to put this structure into place is when I saw my analytics change. So I know that there's something to this, and it has to. Now I've got a long way to go, and I've got a lot of things to figure out with this, but it really did open up my eyes on the main part of how to get people engaged in your videos. And I think everything really comes down to storytelling and how you tell a story, but not necessarily me telling you a story about what happened to Jane and Bob, but me being able to structure my videos in a way that it it kind of flows together and makes sense. And I've talked about this in some of my other videos in a little bit, like kind of briefly a little bit, but this was really kind of a big change for where I was to where I am now. So I can see that things I'm only in my first year of YouTube, so I've got a long way to go. Some people, it takes several years to get where they want to be, and the way things are going, I think that's kind of where I'm at right now. But we'll see how things go, because I want to continue to work on this and get this structure better, and see where I can figure out how to improve on that, and keep learning. This is always a process to learn from, especially when you start from nothing and you've never done anything before. So it's an exciting journey. I'm ready to go on the rest of it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.